to save. I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. Don't you think you wanna be for the best? If I back my stuff, I leave sooner than this. Don't you think you wanna be for the best? If I back my stuff, I leave sooner than this. Don't you wish I wanna be someone else? I wanna feel your gap without making a mess at you. Why won't you tell me something new? I wanna tell you something new. I wish you all the best I can, and I stop myself for a while. I'm staying faith, I don't believe the panic rising up in you. Why won't you tell me something new? Don't you think you wanna be for the best? If I back my stuff, I leave sooner than this. Don't you think you wanna be for the best? If I back my stuff, I leave sooner than this. Don't you wish I wanna be someone else? I wanna feel your gap without making a mess at you. Why won't you tell me something new? I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. Don't you think you wanna be for the best? If I back my stuff, I leave sooner than this. Don't you think you wanna be for the best? If I back my stuff, I leave sooner than this. Don't you wish I wanna be someone else? I wanna feel your gap without making a mess at you. Why won't you tell me something new? I wish you all the best I can, then I stop myself for a while.
Damn, feeling lucky. Out above my own streets. Us two in these streets. Diamonds on my feet. Caught up in these talks. Circling my head top. Should've been more cautious. Now I got what I wanted. Many I've been here before. Made it out of 11 more. Like my phone COINEX. So I can't stop, I want it all. Listen up, I'm calling you. I need you to tell the truth. Remember when you wanted to. Remember that I said was you. Got you at the perfect time. I was watching it then. You know what you both do. But I can never be your friend. Got me being realized. Girl, you got me so blind. You know what you both do. So I can never be your friend. And the men don't we kinda turn around, eat your greens. When you fight, but you do real clean. Then you come to the bed and you love real dirty. It's everybody sweater drops, you're real keen. Bringing let me get your juiciest piece. Can't remember when I've had the same please. The shops of the club never had no boundary. How's it gonna be? Wanna eat these centipedes? Where we gonna go? You're gonna need these calories. Giving me a treat to refill these batteries. Then you only them on your knees. There's no way to dream. Ooh, it's sneaking up on you. There's nothing you can do. There's things about the ooh. It's sneaking up on you. There's nothing you can do. There's things about the boom. I lose control when you do it like that. Ain't got you love when I go mad. Got you at the perfect time. I was watching it then. You know what you both do.
Ladies and gentlemen, the real secret to winning in this game is just having a little cowbell. It's not so much the size of the dangle as it's the dingle in the ling.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Late Night Crypto with Road Dog. Have you been keeping your vibrations high? Because I hear that that's the secret to winning in this game. So we got our vibrations high tonight. Oh, that's almost as good as some cowbell. We got all the little tricks in the bag here. Glad to have you all here. Oh, I see the request here in the audience. Let me say hello to everybody, but I think we're just kind of getting used to this face. Ha! How's it going, everybody? What is up? Let me say hello to everybody hanging out here this lovely, wonderful evening as we're watching altcoins go up, watching portfolios go up, watching the fake out that we were hoping that we were in, possibly be in the middle of playing out. Now this market's about to get a little crazy over these next few months. And if you've been in this game for a little while, been watching the channel, been following some of the crypto opinion that we share here, I mean, I'm hoping that your bags are up. You should be up. That's the name of the game. To find that road to financial freedom. We got Do ID Crypto. How's it going? Angel's guest list. Bullish and Parade in the chat. Rosie, hello. It's a new name from me. Glad to have you here. Thank you for stopping by. Road Glide, how's it going? Chris Klein, LFG, love this show. Well, I love it that somebody loves this show. It's a little goofy, but it is on point a lot. We just try to share what we see in the market and share amongst these others and each other, and it seems to be a nice little flow we got going on here. Loki's Angels. Road Dog Crypto, glad to see you here, buddy. Board PC guy, good evening all. Sicario says, brought a bag of weird just in case anybody forgot theirs. Somebody who thinks ahead. Now that's somebody you need to respect right there. I just gotta say. Thank you so much. Real Estate Machine says, got my lemon water ready for some turkey face. Bug Pig says, hoy! Booyah! MG Motorsport says, hello, too dang hot today. Aircon and Road Dog for me. My man, you're in the good part of the world where it is nice and sunny right now. Happy summer. So right behind me we got altcoins, and on the daily, and they're green, and that should make us happy. They're still low though. They're still low. They got lots of room to grow and lots of room to catch up, but man, nice little turnaround for events right there. We take a look at our indices over here. Indices, Sean. This is total 3 right under a disco ball right there. And it was a crazy trend line I had with this pattern, the megaphone pattern, opening broadening pattern, and it fell out, but it got back in and it still respected that trend line. And that's what we've been watching for the past, gosh, I don't know how many weeks. We got a nice little W formation right there, cleared the tops of that. We're ready to shoot up, and we got resistance. It doesn't start happening until, about another $10 billion back in the market. We might start seeing some resistance. That'll also coincide with this area over here. So what we got to be on the lookout for is a double top scenario. We could, not saying that it will, but it can. It could also, what we're looking for it to do really is to go for a higher high. However high that might be. They're not usually always that high. come back for a higher low, get our trend established, whatever new trend that we are on. We could extend this line here, and now we see we got touches from this body to that wick to these candle bodies. So let's go ahead and officially do that, since we're kind of confirming that this is our new area. This area is holding. We're still in that upward broadening pattern, that megaphone pattern. It's just opening and broadening, and that's what they do, or can do. I can't say that they fulfill their mission 100% of the time, but the probability of the times that they do, it sure is fun. We got another target up here, 129 billion. We've got money coming into altcoins, and right below is Bitcoin dominance. And if you see down here, we had a makeshift trend line come from wick to candle bodies. We lost that. That's a good sign. The more that this comes down, the better our altcoins perform. And right behind my turkey head, I don't know if you can see, maybe over here to this side, right there. This just shows you where Tether dominance is coming down. Now, Tether's got a lot of FUD too, but where we are on the chart on Tether dominance, it needs to come down, because if it starts going up, Bitcoin starts going down, is usually how it plays out by the bigger chart. We just keep an eyeball on it. I don't think it has as much importance at this point in the market as a gauge. You know, you might want to look at all the stable coins. We can find an aggregator for that, or aggregate for that. It's something, I don't think it has as much importance right now as it used to. There's a lot of fresh Tether and USDC been printed, you know, dang near every week, every day. But we'll keep an eye on it, see if there's got any hits. The main ones that seem to be helping us the most seem to be Total 3 and others chart, and the Bitcoin dominance, as well as Bitcoin price. We keep an eye on the SPX 500 just to see what the regular market's doing, and she's trying to find some support here. She needs to. She's got a chance to break new trends and break new ground, but we will see. Is that a shoulder, head and shoulder to the downside? No, she ain't wanting to do it. She's kind of getting a green candle there. Here in January 2025, new president coming into to office that is pro-business, pro-capitalism, pro-market. We got some good things stacked on our side. Much better than what we had for the past 4 years. And even times before that, even in Trump's previous term, and this time he's got a better understanding of what's going on. So he ain't against it. Crypto, I mean. So here we are, Bitcoin. I'm on the 6-minute chart because this is when I watch in the small time frames. Earlier this morning, after 3 hours of sleep, I decided to get up and try to get some new habits on the day, and throughout this trade setup, and for the morning, looking for the 618 to hit, which it did, and we had a measure move from this channel. And those were greatly with and also playing a possible inverted head and shoulder within this pattern. Those targets were met and, as you can see, exceeded. But that was pretty much the only one that I posted in there. Basically, I've just been watching a number go up like everybody else. But to keep the algorithms straight, you know, we did put out a little nail it post. Price did end up going up to those areas, finding some resistance up there. It flipped this one, and then it just took off, man. So the question is now, what we going to do? I think we can get some of this stuff off of here. Well, if we go on this small time frame, actually, I mean, we really, in all seriousness, which should not get in the habit of starting on small time frames. I digress. Let's go to the daily. I don't mind looking at them to start, but if we're going to start really trying to figure out what this is going to do, we need to zoom out. Those are better habits and better practices. And the daily has been doing good for us. Now we're above the 9 moving average. We're still touching this green cloud, but we're working on getting past this 21, that red line, 21 moving average. We're working on reclaiming that. To me, what this tells me that we can go up. Definitely, I can see us definitely headed back toward 100,000. Maybe this weekend. I don't know. We'll see if some money comes in to push us there. But it's also kind of choppy for this area. So if we are going to do something, It looks like we could go up to a certain amount and then maybe drop back down. That could be over this weekend, or it could be next week. I don't know. But then we might be making a bottoming type pattern here. Might see something like that. Get a higher low down here and then start working on a higher high. That scenario could play out. Just what I'm seeing with the moving averages, because we got our 9 down here. We just got over a 50, and there's our 21. Now we can turn this one around. This one's got to come back up and cross over that one. We got to see something like that happen, and price try to stay above them. That's what we need to see happen, if that makes any sense, what I drawn there. So the daily, I think, looks good. It just hits to a little bit of sideways. Could be in order, but otherwise, as far as other indicators go here on the daily, the MACD I think is a really good one to start following. And she has not yet had her bearish flip, where these start flipping blue candles over here, and the blue line crosses over that red one. But it could happen. It might happen this weekend. You can front run these ideas, but you might want to have balls of cowbell still, because things can flip flop on you, and whale games can be played and throw it off a little bit. It's better just to wait for confirmation, in my personal opinion. But when that crosses and gets confirmed here on the daily, that's a hard train to stop right there, baby. That's a hard train to stop. We already got that momentum going on this bigger time frame. That'd be good. That'd be good for Bitcoin. That'd be good for altcoins overall. So I like what I'm seeing. Now, I do like to come down to the 4 hour. As a general rule, I mean, I think as a swing trader or something like that, you want to keep tabs on the weekly, the daily, and the 4 hour. Those are kind of the main staples to keep a hold of. And on this daily one, or the 4 hour one, I'm looking for my moving average. Okay, yeah. So I finally found it. I got them kind of thin there. The 9 moving average. Oh man, we're above it. We got a nice little trend going on right here, and a nice little deviation starting there. I can see some strength coming here on this time frame. I could easily see us getting up to 99.9. I don't know if we'll quite break through 100. I mean, I hope we do. 618 Fibonacci area is coming in right at 100, basically 102,000. That's on the table for us to reach there, and we'll just have to see what we got going on this weekend with liquidity and everything. It appears that, let's get 1 up, 2 up. These two touch, so if you're looking at Elliott Wave, I believe that will count this one as a 1, and this would be our 2. What did you say, Elliott? No, you counted it different. But this one comes back. Does it touch? So I think these kind of overlap. That's just how I leave it. Elliott indicator says it's a 1, 2, 3 pull back, and then you get a 5th wave that can go up even higher. I like to get Elliott's opinion. And now that we kind of covered that, this is when I can go down to the 1 hour and see what's going on, and back down to my little 6 minute. And we've been doing fairly nice today, making a series of higher highs and higher lows, and that's the best way to look at it. That just tells us that we are in an uptrend, and our next target is to make a higher high for this one. That's our mission, is to get above 100,000. And we've seen it do it before several times. I just would like to see it stick one of these days. After, of course, I get as much in my bag as I can possibly get. Let me come back to the chat here. Scario says, "Can we look at Zeus token?" We can, sure can. I got a few coins. I'm serious. I will go through them quickly. I'm not going to get into the in-depth analysis. I'll go through my list really quickly just to point out some things. I'm just kind of looking at some hot ones and some that are kind of trending, just to see if there's something there. And those won't take very long at all. Then we can get into some requests. Let me go ahead, and what I will do. We don't have any news to go over tonight, so. From Layer GG, so let me put my request thing up into the chat. And so when I come back to the chat, I'll be looking under there for any token symbols, but let me see what I can get here. 505 Colt says, I love this turkey head. Well, thank you very much. Hey, welcome to the stream. Billy C, how's it going, Billy? Ryan K, Big Dogs, AI16Z. That one is actually on my list that I'm going over, so we got that one. Auction says Real Estate Machine. I've heard of that. I don't have any. Party on! My Doge is having a nice day. Yes, Doge is having a nice day. I think lots of things are having a nice day. Can we, Floki's Angel says, we look at, is it Algorand? Skate Crow, howdy, welcome to the stream. It says Stellar Lumens, XLM pumped. Justin Crypto, how's it going, my man? Bugpick says, I've been looking at safe for an entry, but I didn't get it. It didn't get down to 32 cents. What would be a good confirmation that it wouldn't be able to get down there? We'll take a look at say. And let me type it right in entry. And what did you have? 32. I guess we talked about that. All right, let me go ahead and let's get into some altcoins real quick. There's a new one that I'm seeing come out that it's called FMC, and I don't know what it is. So I want to see what it is. FMC Firm Mark coin, $53 million market cap, small market cap. Total supply is 128. Is that billion? That's too damn many. That's too damn many. I don't like that. Self-reported circulating supply is 25 billion, and you're 0.002 cents. Fully diluted valuation for right now, if all those coins were in circulation, would be 265 million. Still a smaller market cap. What are you? This one is trending, and it looks like she got a nice pump up. Looks like it was at 0.0007-ish area, and now at 0.002. So you dropped a 0. So she had a nice come up. 200, there we are, 260%. So it's not the time to buy. It was just something to look at here. It says Firm Mark is a native token of MC Pay Exchange, launched in April 2021 by a dedicated team of developers. Blah, blah, blah. It offers a streamlined approach to co-payment, reducing friction and enhancing the payment experience. It looks like it's on Tron. Is that right? You're on Tron? Okay. Facilitates high performance payment business environment, making transactions and travel payments more accessible and user friendly. So it's a payment kind of processing coin, huh? I just want to see the website, see if it gives us a better idea. Cryptocurrency in every wallet. Aiming to simplify the payment process to enable efficient co-payment of transaction fees and travel expense. Okay, whatever. We'll see the chart. See the real chart. Let's see. MEXC has it. Zoom out on it, and yeah, too damn high to buy. Oh wow, but man, what a day it had. Yeah, way too high to buy. Okay, FMC. Game by Virtuals is another one. I'm just going to look at the charts here. Is this it? I think this is it. I can't really tell for sure. I don't think that's it. This is probably it. It's below the 9 daily moving average. I'd be looking for this one to get a nice little pullback. Possible double top scenario there. Bearish divergence. Yeah, it's just not quite the one. Okay. All right. So one that you guys requested, and this on my list here, is AI16Z. I guess we'll take a look at the CoinEX. So we're at a 618 Fibonacci. Looks like we are currently getting rejected. Will it come down low? And I would say it has a really good chance for a nicer pullback. Let's see. Let's go from swing low to swing high. We're at a 236 Fibonacci area. That will probably not hold. 236 has a shot of holding. Trend lines are kind of hitting toward this little area. So it's actually hitting toward the 382 Fibonacci area. So I'm going to draw a little zone through here. So it looks like we have lost the 200 or the 4 hour, the 9 and the 21. They haven't crossed yet. So if they cross, I would definitely be looking for these areas for a pullback. It technically could come back to this red trend line here, but we got a secondary trend line that might act as support, and that's what's hitting toward this 50% Fibonacci area. Let's set some targets there. Some prices there. What prices are we looking at? Maybe 150, about 151, 152 to 175, somewhere in that range. Now we went up as high as 250, so dropping $1, that's a pretty decent discount. But she's had a nice run. Let's take a look at the trend lines. And now you can see where we're on. So if we look for the local pattern, it again is an open broadening pattern. So if you do get a bounce, this is what you gotta watch out for. If you do get a bounce here, because it can happen, if this does hold, it can be a hellacious move. If it bounces off this trend, this particular Fibonacci, it doesn't usually happen, but when it does, I mean, it's up. We're in the season of the market to where the 382 Fibonacci is the new 618, where we will get bigger moves from smaller pullbacks. Possible. That's the season that we're in at this phase of the market of the 4-year cycle. So we can't fade these shallow pulls on our Fibonacci anymore. And there was a time when we would not even think about them. Just say, yeah, we'll just wait till you hit that 618 and 786. You know, there was a time we'd be looking at those areas. We're past that now. We're in a more bullish phase, and we're starting to catch a lot of these guys. Now, if this one does catch, like I said, it could be really nice and strong. It does look to me like she's trying to lose it. So closing candles below this trend line, tying it up on this time frame, and it really respects right through this area here. And to me, it looks like she's lost it. So let's see. Now, while Bitcoin's we're on the weekend, we don't know what's happening, but altcoin total 3, those things are looking good. Those are looking decent, but it doesn't mean that everything's going to go up. Things will go up and they'll start coming down. Things will be rotating, in other words. So some things will be popping off as other things are cooling off. Here on 16 AIZ, I think this is your daily time frame, your best indicator right here. It's confirmed that everything does want to cool off. Money flow is still in the green. That's good. That means the pullbacks won't be that bad, but you are starting to show the weakness that it needs to chill out a little bit. So keep a close eye on it to see if we do get some support at the 382. But it is starting to look like this one might be the one. If she doesn't just snap back and try to trip us up, that could happen too. I've not seen the signs for it happen though. To be honest with you, I'm looking more for 176. All right, Zerebro. I think I'm saying that right. MixC, we've looked at this one recently too. See how it's doing now. Looks like we got some targets that got, snappage. You went up to the 382 like a champ. Look at you. That was awesome. Oh, exploit that and go bullish enough, did we? We didn't. This was when everybody was feeling very bearish about things, huh? So we didn't put. I need to start putting some bigger targets on there. We could have nailed this. We could have nailed it. We could have nailed that. Could have nailed it. All right. So Cerebro, what's going on? We got our topping points, so we need to pull back. She is respecting the 50. Trying to respect that 382, which is a good start, but she may not make it. We will see if there's a chance for a pullback. If things go a little south this weekend, or maybe at the beginning of next week, well, this is the 1 hour. It should be sooner than later. We don't know exactly, and weekends can be tricky. It's usually a lower liquidity and easier for people to manipulate prices. We've lost some key moving averages here on the 1 hour. Let me go up to a bigger time frame. Welcome to the 4 hour. The 4 hour, the 9's crossed the 21, so yeah, it does kind of hint that we'll be coming down. It should be targeting this 50 moving average area, and that's where we got the 618 Fibonacci area too. So around 48.50 cents, and I think you might have to look at it as a little bit more of a zone than actual fib guy there. That also throws us into a retest of the breakout area of this trend line, and technically it could come down to about 45 cents just at that breakout area, or even lower. Here on the 4 hour, there's a 200 moving average down at 39 cents. If it got really bearish and did a full retest, you could actually see that. So in short, situations like this, it's played out. Pretty much made a double top with some bearish divergence, and let me point that out. So candle bodies to candle bodies. You said you wasn't going to be going into all this. I can't help it. I just do it. They were leaning toward the up, and those same points here represented on the RSI are leaning down. So that's where a divergence is, and that means she need to take a break. She need to come back, and she could see as low as 40, but let's see how 48 holds up. Here's another one I'm not familiar with. XMW. Don't know. It's on Uniswap Morphware. That one seems to be trending. And we don't really have a good chart here, do we? Oh, we got something. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, two. So this is one that is apparently not really on what is it? XMW? XMW. It's got small market cap, 15 and a half cents, $110 market cap, so it's small market cap coin. 1.2 billion. Maximum supply is ... so we gotta don't have a solid answer there. Could be infinity for all we know. Self-reported circulating supply is 717 million out of 1.23 billion. So that's fairly decent. What do you do? Morphware is a Web3 AI platform designed to provide various services such as large language models, AI agents, and decentralized machine learning, all the current buzzwords. Morphware leverages blockchain to facilitate payments, validate machine learning models, and create decentralized compute cluster. These services are built using high-performance GPUs like the NVIDIA H200. So, I mean, we're going to see lots of these, and this one's on Ethereum. Decentralized machine learning on the blockchain. Well, I like that they put the founders up first. That's kind of cool. They usually hide them at the team. They usually hide that at the bottom. You have to go hunt for it. Founded Morphware in 2021, worked as senior data scientist for blockchain-based venture studio, taught hands-on coding techniques at Princeton Conference and Yale Blockchain Bootcamp. They're throwing around them titles. ByteDance on TikTok. He works at ByteDance on TikTok. Okay, so interesting. Kakarot, GPU.net. Harmony? You got a partner with Harmony? That's interesting. Teller. 15% goes to the team and advisors. 50% liquidity. Okay, so I don't. This might be something to keep an eye on. How cheap are you? How cheap are you? You're 15 cents at 1.2 billion, 110 billion dollar, $1 million market cap. Now that a 10x from that to a billion, it sounds like a lot of money, but it can do that kind of quick. So. See, going to $1.50, that'd be easy for something in $1.2 billion total supply. You could actually see a range somewhere to $25 to $50 over the next year for something in this market range. If it gets the hype and all that, that's what's really going to get to those bigger numbers. But $10, $15, I mean, that's not out of the question for this. So a possible 100x, maybe. I mean, if it's, let's look at you all. She's up, kind of. Okay, let's go look at the chart. We're looking at the chart. We don't have a full chart. So she's kind of new, and wait a minute. Okay, you're not on exchanges yet, though, right? Is that what I'm reading now? It's on Uniswap 2. Oh, that's. So once if it gets listed to an exchange, and get some more. If you're trying to get in early, this is an example of what an early project would be looking like. I found this over on Tokenmetrics is where I got this one. It is, where are you, Tokenmetrics? She's right over here. That's what we're doing. We're going through a list of some of these top ones over here just to share with you where this stuff goes. Where does he find these coins? Is he just pull it, look at inside connections? Was he psychic? No, I mean, we got tools, and the same tools everybody else uses too, and same ones you can use. Tokenmetrics is pretty good for giving some hot trending stuff, so it's definitely over there. Also trending is Shrub, Phoenix, Sui, and Bio. I just want to throw that out there for you. Cookie DAO, Colon, Virtual Protocol, and Fast Token. So I'm kind of curious. I want to add this. I'm added to my list, but I want to XMW. I don't do much with Uniswap with Ethereum, or I might pull into XMW. I want to keep an eye on this one. I need to add you to a watch list so I can forget about you. Add to the watch list, late night picks. Yep. All right, well, you're there. So I want to keep my eye on this one because she's making higher highs and higher lows, and that's cool, right? And if we look at the pattern, this one we're familiar with. Now we could come all the way back down, and that would just make it a lot cheaper. It looks like it is wanting to come down a little bit from what our indicators are telling us on the daily time frame. 618 is coming right on the top of that, so we're in a. My thinking is that, well, I mean, yeah, we could target the 618, but if we're trying to do the Elliott wave thing with the 1, 2, the 3, the 3 should not really come back down and touch that one. It's kind of what I was arguing a few minutes ago. So I would recommend that, I mean, if you try to aim for that 618, she may stop short at the 0.5. The 50 moving average is also hanging up there, kind of making me think, that's a valid argument. Maybe lead some kind of credence to that. So this little zone here would be an interesting place to try to catch this, and that would be about, oh man, oh, this is against Ethereum right here, and I'm measuring it in Ethereum. Well, that's not going to help things very much. You're talking in Greek. We'll put that one on the radar. I wanna keep an eye on that one. Let me come back and let's see. Well, let me take a look at some of the ones that you guys have mentioned already, and then we'll come back to the chat. We'll take a look at auction. Auction. Finance has it. Let me zoom out on the weekly here. Ooh, now she got some. What's this warning sign going on here on the weekly? So on the weekly, you got stochastics coming down. You got the red dot. You got money flow in the red, and you got some signs saying, "Well, she peaked out and she need to take a chill pill." Is what the weekly's saying. What's the daily say? Daily's saying we're ready to go up. So it will be a little turbulent, is what that means. So the weekly is not happy, but the daily is. That's always fun. Nice rounding shape there. Touched this bottom area 3 times so far. So best time to use my fib strategy here, and anything under the 236 is your discount price. So you have to consider this. This is the bargain basement prices here. Anything under $20 is a steal. Now the moving averages here on the daily, like market cipher, looking kind of bullish. Mostly. I mean, you got the 100 just crossed over that 200, and that might be. I'm not surprised that we're falling down when that happens. I see that a lot. What I also see is that we bounce off this area, or may not even have to touch that area. It looks like it's trying to establish some kind of trend here. Candle bodies, that got breached, but you got wick areas here. So we gotta, it can catch here. Trying to regain the 9 moving average, which crossed to 50. You can flip that. I think we got to bounce off of this. So the weekly did look kind of rough, but the daily looks kind of like it wants to do something. So I would expect us to get a nice pump up and then maybe start having to fight down a little bit. It looks like it likes to pump and then come back down a little bit, pump and come back down a little bit. Pump. This one just, well, that one's got some strength behind it right there. So she's either going to come back up and retest here, in my opinion. I think these are the targets we're looking for. Look for 25, and then she may come back and get that, knock out that 29. So I like those for some possible take profit targets that are short term. Eventually moving up to 618, but the way that the weekly is going, I don't know that we'll make it up there, but that is the best way to play, in my personal opinion. After you get a big pump up, and if you touch bottom, getting out of your accumulation, you're going to start stair stepping up these ways. Looking to the left, you can see what was important, and all 3 of those are valid targets right there. 618 should be a rough area for her to get behind, but I think that will be a little bit later on. Maybe I'll be wrong, but that's kind of what I see. As far as when she wants to get out of this, and if she starts taking off here and then decides to go parabolic and goes up, where did we come down to? The 0.786s. You'll be looking about 58. If we can get a higher high, I'll be looking at 58. And possibly 53. You got anything? I'm always looking. I like to see my angles be respected. Nice rounded shape. Nice rounded shape. What we don't want to see that can happen, if we do lose that trend line, she comes back down to these areas and tries to round out again. That's another scenario that could be playing. But the crossing of the moving averages is making me kind of doubt that that's what we're looking at. That, and then, of course, we got what's going on with Total 3 saying she's ready to go up. So it looks pretty good. I mean, it looks decent. Doge, take a look at Doge on Binance. Oh, you are having a good day. Look at you. I got too much stuff going on here. So blue should be a measured move. That got busted through. 200 moving average. She broke through that 200 moving average. That's a nice strong move. The 100 is still way down here, so that's going to kind of weigh us down a little bit. So she might have to come back for a retest of some of these areas. So, but nice pump here on, what is this, the 4 hour? Yeah. Pretty cool. Okay, so we hit that one. This is our 618 right here at 30, just right under 40 cents. that was the main target. We did go with a 786 right over here. I didn't mark it though, but 43, just right under 44 cents. Should be our next possibility, a backup target, if she wants to get up there a little bit more. Let me pull my fibs just to make sure they're on point there. Swing high to swing low. Yep, right there, 786. And I mean, just depending, I don't think it's going to. I don't think it will hit the 886, but we are getting ready to head toward a crazy time, and they may start testing those upper areas there. So those are 3 good targets that could roll over here, come back for a little bit of a retest, maybe around 35. That's what I would be looking for if it could do that. A lot of the moving averages are still down here. We can get a nice run up. People be taking profits here, maybe decide to short it, come back and retest this zone, or even the breakout of this either wedge idea, or even if you just look at it as, you know, a channel idea, retesting this area about 35, or possibly a little bit lower, and then before we make our, you know, we come back for a lower low and then we go for a higher high. That's basically what we're starting to look at for all this stuff. So if we're at a top ad area, we're starting to look for a lower low. But at 40 cents is a pretty good place to take a little bit of profit on Doge. I should probably be doing that myself. The daily, I like this. The daily on Doge. I'm just drawing red dots on it. I was going to show it to you, but I said, nah, I'm just going to sit here and draw red dots on it instead. So we should start seeing this a lot in a lot of the altcoins where they're flipping over the daily MACD, a lagging indicator that usually has some good results on the bigger time frames. I like it. So Doge, can you? So we got the 40 cent target. Is there something bigger that we can go to? How far did you? Nah. I'm going to go with the 618, and then I'm also going to go with the little deviation on that measure move. I'm colored gray, so I know it's... So could we see 62 cents out of Doge? We've seen it before. Could it meet a measure move, and a 1-to-1 measure move at 68? That's been a touchy target for Doge before last cycle too. Those are some good areas. Can it? I think it can. Will it? I don't know if it will right now, but we're doing some good things when you zoom out and get your trend lines established there. That looks good to me. That's really solid around here with the candle body is right above my chicken feet or turkey feet, and then this wick came down and it matches that angle, and then we didn't come down at all. We kind of made a triangle, which a lot of people were, if you remember, on a bear flag to the downs. We could be saying 13 cents out of Doge. Or maybe they didn't get as, maybe they felt kind of bad and didn't take as big of a measurement. I mean, it could, but you know, that's just signs, the momentum saying maybe more than likely not. So we didn't really go that way. The last time we were looking at it was talking about it trying to get over this 9 moving average, which it did right in the middle of the green cloud here on the daily. That's kind of wild. Because there weren't signs that it was. We had the bigger moving averages. They're all up and to the right. Well, there's a lot of force behind this one. Doge look good. It looks strong. Where are my other moving averages? Oh yeah. And then we got our big, our 800, 600, and these guys guide me a lot. When I start questioning things, these guys guide me a lot. And if they're in the right sequential order, I don't start looking for big bad wolf stories of things to come down real low. We'll entertain it, but I'm not sold on that idea. It's just like with Bitcoin dominance. We got some moving averages doing this on Bitcoin dominance, and I'm not sold that Bitcoin dominance is going to drop a lot. So I'm watching altcoins carefully as they do. As Bitcoin dominance does drop, and it seems like it's going to do it slowly, there's areas it can bounce, and I'm going to be making sure that I get paid on these altcoins because they can go up and they can give it back right back. As we've seen a couple of times over the past 8 months there. So Dogecoin, I looked for some good things on Doge. Let's take a look at Algorand. Nice. Let me get rid of some of these older trend lines over here. Oh, it is. So broke the trend line, came back, and then we found some support here. See, we had it identified here at 29 cents. I want to clear this out. It looks like we've hit some target areas. The moving averages look good. Look at the moving average. I'm on the daily. I like the moving averages. The 200, that's the yellow one, crossing over all these other three that I got, and they're in great order. That looks strong. Look here at the MACD on the daily, doing what the other coins are doing. Looks really good. Let's clear this out and let's get some predictive TA going here. I'm going to zoom out even more. All right, when you zoom out to the weekly, you can get your bigger plan on, or bigger ideas on. Swing high to swing low. Here's our accumulation zone. So 79 cents. Well, that's our next main target here. And we could blast through that. It's done it several times before once it gets out of its area there. $1.90. It sounds crazy now, but that's going to be a nice one to look for. We can look at the steps in between, but I think we'll come back at some other time. We'll just get some bigger picture ideas there. On the weekly, remember. This one needs to be red. Color code it. Now for where we are now. You may be too short. Oh, no, you can work. Alright, I pulled from here where we came down and then went up for our last top or high, and then came down for all these bottom areas here. Got a nice little double bottom pattern there. It defines that one perfectly, that 236. So I think that this pull is getting a lot of respect here. Got rejected just shy of the 618, so that's a great target to put up there. And the 786 is also corresponding with the other levels we got from the bigger pool. So we got some confluence here. And what it's doing right now to retest this area, it looked like it came back down to retest 28 in that area. It's at 42 right now. Put you on regular candles here real quick. Oh, you're gonna bump up right now. You already taken that bounce and now you're going, okay. So looking good, looking good. Those are the two local, 63 and 79, but 190, for real. You got 155. So we got that one on this pull as a 618. I think that one's a good one to throw in. There's a support resistance area right here. Looks like with these wicks and with these candle bodies and things. I think that's a good area too. Let's take a look at Say. Wow, that's kind of messy. We're on the weekly. Oh my gosh, I'm on the weekly. Still had this trade set up, and it did not get stopped out. We put the line just right below this little wick that came down. So it did come down below entry price that we had here at 42 cents, but My targets for, say, would be 67. My main one for this trade setup is 78 cents. So that's a 618 Fibonacci area. So that's where I'm expecting her to go right there. And she can go higher. So we can look at this as a channel idea, and you can also look at this as an expanding, broadening wedge pattern right here. And that suggests that even 94 cents is on the target. Let me put one up there. I'm going to take another one up there. I think it can do that just as well. So we're looking for an entry idea, I think. If I'm going back over the chat, what my notes got. And we're looking at 32... something about 32 cents. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, 32. Oh, 32 would be, yeah. 32, it would have to break this trend line to get that. Let's see if we can tighten this trend line up to some candle bodies. That would give us lots of wiggle room with the candle bodies. Let's take it to the wick. I'm going to tighten it up. I'm going to take it from the wick to the first little group of candle bodies I've got there. And that. Now I'm going to bring it down to these candle bodies and touching these wicks just to get some touches here. I need at least 2 to 3 touches on one side, on one thing. And we're above some of these areas, so we're clearing these areas. That's good. Bouncing off a 200 daily moving average, making the 9 do a U-turn, probably make the 21 do the same. We got the 100. The moving averages are stacked good. It looks positive here. So yeah, I don't see us going to 32. I had 29 for some level. And it would have to break this trend line, and it could go lower for that. I mean, if you took a measure move, it could even go lower if it broke that. So it's a good sign that we're not. Smaller time frame, that might look like a possible Adam and Eve bottoming pattern on this line of support. So basically, when my rule, or what I like to do is, I like to buy around support, and we know we got a horizontal 236. That's what this red line is. At 41, and we're at 45 right now. We got this horizontal trend line, and it's sitting at 40, almost at 44, and we're at 45 now. So this is, if I was trying to get in, this is not beyond my area. This is like just after confirmation of what I look for. If I was looking for a daily trade setup, we just got a confirmation of a candle closing above the 9 moving average and above our trend line. That's an entry signal for me anyway. Now coming in, what I would do is look down the smaller time frames, like the 4 hour here, and then maybe I can finesse that idea a little bit better. Oh, we got a teaching moment. We got a teaching moment. Yay! This wasn't planned, but when I come across it, and if it's something I've talked about, I do like to go over it. So we've been looking at these two because they're common. It's where price comes down, makes a pointy thing, and then we get more of a rounded shape after it. And it's called an Adam and Eve. And we look for a neckline, and once it gets above that neckline, technically it confirms. We even then we need a breakout above it, right? Sometimes they'll come up and flag above it. Sometimes they will flag below. If they start flagging at the neckline, then you got a bigger chance that maybe it's not going to break out. And then from there, I've seen them, they can do a double Adam and Eve, and you get two boobies behind the little pecker looking. Did you say it's 20 like a bird beak, like a bird pecker? What were you talking about? Don't judge me. But basically, you just fall back into the range is what you're doing, because you have a bottom and then you have a top area that you don't get past. That qualifies as a range. So that's what she's done here. It doesn't surprise me that if she gets rejected, that we just kind of range out a little bit. That just gives you but it still forms a bottom pattern, and it's only invalidated if it starts going below the bottom here, right? I mean, for it to get out of the range and go upside. So if they don't confirm, I mean, if they don't break out, we'll treat them as a range, and that's working out just beautifully for SEI. It's accumulation. It's just people building their bags, and they're getting ready to break. They're getting ready to leave now. The bag building is most likely over here. Let's see if we can back out of this stuff. Erase that. But my teaching moment was, okay, so Adam and Eve pattern, if that's what we're looking for, and the deal is, it's all about the neckline, and you got to get past it. Well, okay, so I've got to teach them over in our student chart area here, because we got some contradicting information coming out from somebody who got in their ego today. But they were talking about this pattern too, and I had to throw out. I put the actual. Let me throw that up here. I have to back up what I say with sources. I learned that in journalism school, and I threw this up here from Thomas Bukowski about the statistics and the guidelines for actually identifying an Adam and Eve pattern and what you should be looking for. So all that information is there, and how you take the correct measure, move, and apply it, and how to trade it, tips for how to trade them, and even talks about handles, those ideas. So great place for the more real information. But this was what Lifer had on his stream this morning, and he was talking about it. But he started making some wild claims about the pattern. What he said was he let's see if I can read what I actually wrote here. Before they ever confirm, I mean, he's calling them out. We got an inverted head and shoulder to the upside flag here. There's you got to wait for confirmation, or else you get like what we just saw. So when he's explaining that, let me come over here. Look, we got an inverted head and shoulder to the upside. But where's the upside? Yeah, well, it doesn't talk about what it needs, what will invalidate it, what else can happen, or that. But this is what when it doesn't, when they don't breathe, this is what happens. It's a failed one. And what he was saying over there is that the 90% of the time they do. And that no, where are you getting this? He states it breaks to the upside 90% of the time. It does not. He treats it as a confirmed pattern, but when it's not been confirmed, he states it'll break to the upside 90% of the time. It does not. He says it always makes this little flag lately 90% of the time. He says this pattern breaks the length of the neckline. So, I mean, he just calls out what he sees in the moment most of the time, and he just says whatever statistics come. I mean, I see no consistency in him like I do with Thomas Bukowski or anything like that, and I see him not even referring to things like that. Now, you don't have to be a Bukowski freak, but if you're out here teaching new people, I just find myself clashing with a lot of things that he says. Smart rules say always wait for confirmation. And as of yet, the Adam and Eve is not confirmed. Until it does, it has a higher risk of failure. Okay, so you compare his teaching to the well-tested, like I said, with Thomas Bukowski, and you just see a huge difference. But this is his quote. It says, based on this pattern, there's a 90% chance, as far as I'm concerned, that we go back to $107,000. So what he was doing, and that's the weird thing, is that he changes this all the time. Do we have that? I mean, you're going to get different things, but based on this pattern, he's calling for $107,000, just based on this pattern. Now, I think that we might see where we actually confirm, but he was calling that very, 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 very early in the day. Oh, well, this is awesome. I guess we'd be on Bitcoin, wouldn't we? Let's see. He might have even been on a 1 minute chart there. I'm not really sure. And here was Adam and Eve. No confirmations. She came up, she made a neckline, but she did not break out. Therefore, it's a busted pattern. But that just means it can play out in something else. Now, it's still a bottom. I still read those as bottom patterns. I still take that as a signal that likely this is a bottom area when we start getting that. I have seen them at time will do something like this and even drop lower and then repeat something even similar to this. They did that in Bitcoin, right? Man, as we were starting to drop to 15,000, we were Adam and even, and then you think we are hit a bottom, and then we came down, and then we did another damn Adam and Eve pattern, and then I think even did one more time. I was like, this is ridiculous. But they end up rating it out, and once we get past this area, we're good, right? And it's the more it plays out, the more chance I believe that we have a chance of doing that. I look at it like this when we connect all the dots there. And go left to right. And this has a 55, this local pattern here on the 4 hour, if we can get it where we can see it. That's another triangular pattern here. Where are we? Let's get my little cheat sheet up. Briefly, so I don't. It's right there. That was 64% chance for this normally to break to the upside. Now you can also look at this as a continuation pattern too, and we got price coming from the down, so it's not showing signs that it's going to break to the downside, but you could look at it that way too. This one can act as either a continuation or a reversal. So we're looking at it like that, and then, you know, of course, you're going to get, you say Adam and Eve. We've already heard that. Okay, but that didn't play out right. But it can also be the shoulder, the inverted head and shoulder type bottom pattern. We can look for those ideas, but ultimately, you just want to zoom out and look at the bigger picture and all these things. And the big thing with Bitcoin that I've been talking about is that 382 Fibonacci. All through this area here, this guy right here. And we've held that. We're holding it very well, and that can lead to a big ass move for Bitcoin. If you see that we're in a channel and it's also retesting those channel lines too, we're looking really good for number go up on Bitcoin and in altcoins right now. And this is one more time. I like to do this, I guess, about every stream. Just take you back over here 4 years ago and remind you. I mean, there were ups and downs throughout all this, and we're not going to play out exactly like that. But we're here. This is the phase where we're in markup phase. We've made it to markup phase. It's been a long ride, but this is the time that we need to protect the purse and try not to do anything stupid and get faked out, because they will try to fake us out. You will start seeing more. At some point, it just happens. There'll be all this bad news, and it's just like it just comes out of the woodwork from everywhere. And they're trying to suppress price and get people scared. Something going on. Anything that they can take and amplify and get you scared at the right times, they will do that. Heyman Awadi, hey, I appreciate you, brother. Says, can you look at Solana? I sure can. We'll take a look at that next. Snap.
For those of you that have been hitting that like button.
Thanks, Sean, for hitting the wrong buttons.
Thank you very much.
All right, I hit the button. At least the buttons are working now, right? I just screwed up all our music and everything. You suck, road dog. Shut up, Sean. Let's see if let me get my music started again here. All right. What I was trying to do there is just tell you to give yourself a hand for sticking through the hard times and not getting caught up in some of the silliness, because I mean, people were getting scared there in the last few days. I mean, really scared, and there were some legitimate calls for alarms on the charts. There were. But the only thing that would really keep you from falling in and falling prey to that is looking and remember where we are in the cycle and what happened. And even the guy that we were talking about earlier, with the Adam and Eve stuff, at that time he was seriously talking on his streams. Later tonight, I'm going to talk about going through and selling some of this stuff out. Just to buy it cheaper in case they could, selling at the bottoms is basically what it translates to. And that would have been the big mistake to make. I don't know that he actually did that though, but I don't care here or there. I just don't want to be influenced by any emotional people out there. And you can get a lot of emotion here on YouTube. and that's the thing. When it comes to this, you want to try to stay as stable as you can. Just gotta calm, mellow, especially when you're trading. I don't know. I mean, you can take your celebrations and your wins and everything, but when you start getting cocky and ego, when that starts coming in, and it will. You watch this number go up, and you watch your portfolio go up, man. I mean, it starts creeping up. You start thinking things that you didn't think before. You start having a new turn of thought on something. You're like, you need to reel that sucker in, reel those thoughts in, baby. What? Because that money will change you. You don't let it change you, because it will run away from you too. If your lifestyle choices get kind of out of hand, that money will run away from you. I think we've seen some examples in the market, and I'm not trying to bash on anybody at all, but BitBoy is a great example of how emotion and ego can just kind of steer you down some roads that maybe you never thought you were going to see. Maybe didn't want to go on, and that doesn't mean it's going to be a pleasant ride. I mean, the man was up there. He was up to around, I remember him quoting 10 million. I think it got as high as 30 million, and then where did it all go? Crazy. And think about this, as much as he was talking and being the big CEO of a company and this and that, then you find out he didn't have control over the funds or anything, and he say so. You find out, he was flip on his employees, but wasn't he the one that hired them? I mean, it just got crazy. But money can do that. It can. It can make you have crazy thoughts and crazy perspectives. I mean, he went from being a nice guy to wanting to sue a Tozy just for, calling him out on actual behavior. So it's crazy. It's crazy. We're going to take a look at Solana. Let me pull that up over here. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it, Hyman. Let's get on into it, Solana. But I mean, you're going to hear some wild things, and at some point toward the end of the cycle, you're going to hear super cycle, extended cycle, and it was easier to ignore it more last cycle than it is this cycle, because this cycle, man, they might have an argument there. I mean, the 4-year halving cycle, the 4-year halving is always going to have an effect, but my question is, will our bear market, at least for Bitcoin, altcoins will tank, they always do, but at least for Bitcoin, is the bear market going to be that drastic for it? Are we going to have as much of a pull down? My take is we'll probably come down to around 70,000. We usually don't go much further than our last cycle high. Like our cycle low for this one, our bottom was 15,000. That was right around our previous cycle high, just a little bit lower, 17,000, just right through there. We did dip just a little bit below it, but usually we don't. I mean, it stayed pretty much true to that rule too. So when Bitcoin goes and reaches whatever it reaches this cycle and pulls back down, we may only see maybe around 65, $70,000 Bitcoin as being the cheapest. Kind of makes you wish you bought more then. Makes me wish I'd bought more then. All right, so Solana, she is hanging out at 215. Now I like it. I did something clever with the profits that I took out of the market, and I was going to. Sometimes I like to put mine into PayPal US dollar. I can do that through the Solana blockchain, like through my Phantom wallet and whatnot. But I have to switch funds around. But I had some USDC I was going to move over, and what I did is took it off my Tangem wallet, put it over to my Phantom wallet, and I put it in. I had to do it a weird crap. I had to take it from here to an exchange, then I put it to exchange over to Solana, and then put that to my Phantom wallet. I think that's it. Anyway, I had to cross some circuits, but what I did is I got it in Solana was around 180. And so, I mean, it was a sizable amount that I was messing with. So I've got a decent little bag of Solana outside of one that I'm actually actively trading. That's also going up with price here. And I'm like, well, cool. I'm double dipping on the US dollars here. Shh. Keep that between us though. Shh. Don't want that to get out too far. They don't like it when you double dip on the US dollar. So Solana from swing high to swing low. Beautiful area. The 618-230 would be our next target to get to. And if you, can I blow this up? That is right at the top of the Ichimoku cloud. If you can see the green line of it, that's also right where it was finding support until it gave it up and turned that into resistance. So 230 is the place. That's the place to be. I think we're headed up there. Now the 50 moving average is coming up right at 220, right above us. So we will see some resistance there. I'm not going to put that as a target, but that is definitely a resistance area. We might get rejected there, pull back a little bit, but we should break through it after a few tries, in my opinion. Let's how do I want to code that? I want a dotted line. So if I put a dotted line, they're not, I don't consider them as strong. And here was one, this was a trend line, a dotted trend line we were watching because we could get resistance there. And we did. And then we just, on the next, we got resistance right here and before. And then on the next candle, we went through it and pulled back a little bit and then, you know, shooting through it. And so we could do that with this 50 moving average too. We could easily. 230, I think, is a great target. It may be the target I look forward to taking a little bit more. Double dipping that Pi USD. Otherwise, it would just been sitting in stablecoin. I'm like, well, that was pretty good. I saw it was at the bottom trend line. I said, let's move it over in Solana. Okay, this is the daily. I'm going to come down to the 4 hour just to see what's going on to it. Now, the 4 hour Ichimoku cloud looks really good. It looks happy that we're going up and happy to see us going up with 200 moving average. We reclaimed that. It's got, there's still work to be done on the moving averages to catch up with price action and to flip bearish in some ways, flip bullish in some ways. She's going to have ups and downs. She's going to fight through here, in my personal opinion. I don't think she'll get past 30 after seeing this. I think she'll have to range through this and give them time to catch up and flip, in my personal opinion. We'll see how it goes. I'm not against her going above it at all. If it does go above it, maybe we get a bullish push up and get a higher high and then come back for a lower low. It could be that scenario. About 245. And that's the top of the range. She had a lot of trouble getting past there too. So I could see something like that happen. I could see maybe you pull back here and come up, or maybe we go up here and pull back a little bit, or maybe we get freaking, I don't know, bullish and pick up a little bit higher. But somewhere around through this area here, she needs to come back to make a higher low. And it looks like this area right here, somewhere around 210 to 211 might be that area whenever she does get to it. Let me hit a like there. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that. Let me come back. Oh, Roguelite. How about Cubic? I didn't see that, Roguelite. Thank you very much. Let's take a look at how is Cubic doing? COINEX has got it right now. That's cool. I don't have to chase it like and Mexi's got it. So it's on some more exchanges. That's always should be helpful. So it looks like she's coming out of her accumulation zones here. She got wicked, candlesticked. They say what often when you're looking at things and you get these big wicks down, they say what gets wicked often gets candlesticked, and that's what happened. Same thing we looked at Bitcoin for that Adam and Eve pattern, where somebody said, oh, they made their target 90% of the time. Well, this one didn't. A lot of them didn't. That's why I had to make a comment about that, because 9 out of 10 of them. Well, I'm showing you a bunch of them right here that did not. So that's not true. But they can. They're normally good patterns to go with, but you have to get confirmations and breakouts. You get a confirmed breakout, and then you got something that you can work with a little bit better. If you call it too early, well, you call it too early results. So I like this, and you got another double bottom idea. It's all pointing toward needing to come up and retest this area over here. What is that, 37? 32,000. We're at 32,600 and whatever fractions of a penny that we're working with here. I've got some of this, and I still need to look and see what it's worth. I bought mine a while back. It's got to be worth a lot more now. Surely. There are a lot of these tokens, and I'm glad to see it's getting some more traction on exchanges and everything. I had to go to an obscure exchange just to get it. But she's not ready to break out just yet. What the hell is that? Oh, that's a crazy S. Does point to that area up there if we can get it. At 62. This is I see it trying to break out, and every one of these targets is a good place to take profit right there. At 42, at 51, retesting that high, and then coming up to a higher high at 62. Looks good. Looks promising. Overall, just getting back up to our previous high there will be about 58% gains on it. Not bad at all. Oh, Chuck, you're getting tired. How long have we been going? An hour and 21 minutes. Let me come back over to the chat and see what you guys are talking about. Justin says, Castle memes are catching up. They need to. They almost died. Scarecrow, member for 1 month. Hey, welcome to the stream, man. So you have access to the videos that I've been putting up over there in the membership area, and then Chart School cometh. It will be starting over there soon. Hopefully within the next week. At least getting started. Chris Klein says sand cake, Litecoin, Popcoin, or Popcat. We got sand cake. Phoenix is the top mean on XRP, and Lumi is the top mean on XLM. That's what that is over here. So yeah, I see Phoenix is trending over here. I didn't know it was on XRP. Well, that's some good things to know. Thank you so much for sharing that. Let's take a look at sand. Boy, then this one tried my patience. Well, this one did. If I have any sand left, it's not near as much as what I used to have, and I did not come out ahead on it. So I see this major trend line. Oh, let's go to the very first one because I think we're safe. We had that. We had this one. That's what we're going to be fighting with now. 200 moving average up here, 68 cents, man. Is he going to be fighting with this little area here for a minute? It's a nice. It's respecting the 618. Also got Adam and Eve, or a double bottom type shape. There's an Adam Eve and then another nice big juicy butt cheek. So swing high to swing low. Accumulation zone, we're out of it. That's a good sign. And also it's pointing up here toward that 70. So I had 68, and then we also got the 70 here for that Fibonacci 32 Fibonacci. So we should be headed up that way and slowly making our way. 84 cents. 94 looks like the sweets. If you're holding out for a bigger target, I think that one's good. I'm skipping over the 618. I've got a feeling. I mean, that's definitely a target to look at, but sometimes they can show signs that they might go over it. We'll throw it up there. I really like I kind of like that one. So for sand, from where we are, getting out of the zone, just about 8% gains at that target, but then we can get 28 to 44% at the 94 cent area there. Let's see, we still got cake, Litecoin, and popcorn on the list there. Just got a super chat from Baba Yaz. Thank you so much. Hello, Road Dog. Will Tia have its day in the sun? Let's take a look at Tia real quick. Super chats do get priority. And then we will bounce back to Cake, Litecoin, and Popcat. Channel idea, bottoming patterns through here, all that good stuff. Broke out. Ooh. Broke back into it. That's never a good sign. But then we got a double bottoms, just like we're seeing on all the other coins. They just all kind of mimic the same price action down through here, finding support. Now we're breaking back above it. That's cool. Let's see. I'm on the 4-hour moving averages. The bigger moving averages are good. The other ones have got some work to do to catch up, and I think they can. So your question is, will it ever have its day? I think it will do better. I think they did us dirty on it. They did a lot of things I did not like, and maybe I'm biased again. I may be biased on it. There was an airdrop. I was late and did not get to claim that very impressive airdrop. And then apparently everybody started selling off of that airdrop. I don't know. But she went from being just a couple of dollars all the way up to 20. And the talk was, you stake it and then you qualify for more airdrops. And I've never seen anything come from that. All I've seen is just people sell off a lot. So it left a bad taste in some people's mouth because they had a lot of hype, which is what they do in crypto, but then there wasn't much being delivered from that. Staking wasn't that cool. They gave a really crappy return on percentage rate on staking. And therefore the longest, everybody, TI had its hype. Everybody, and $15, $16, $19. And people were buying it over through here and stacking bags, and then it drops down like 4 or 5, stays there. I think they did us dirty on the tokenomics on that one. I think it's a good project. It's a modular blockchain project. I think it will recover, then we can definitely get back to $20. How far she'll do above 20, I don't know. I'm kind of curious. But what has happened with SIA has happened. Same thing that you're seeing with every altcoin and every narrative. They're always hot coming out, and then everybody starts chasing them. We all start chasing them. It's the hot thing to talk about here on YouTube. It's a hot thing to follow because everybody wants to follow the hot stuff. So we're following it. Adds fuel to the fire. And then something happens with the project or whatever, and it goes cold. Not that the project is bad, but on this one, I think the VCs definitely they got their profit early. But it's at bottoms. It's at bottoms now. So you can't beat. It's seriously at bottom. It's $5.41. So if you're going to play it, that's the place to play it. I'm playing it. And I build a bag from down here, and hopefully it will amount to something, kind of offset what I've got staking that I incurred at higher prices. But it's just kind of wild how everything's hot and it's going to be awesome, and then it's just in a matter of weeks, they slowly go out of memory. How about that ApeCoin? Remember ApeCoin? It was the hottest. It was hot. Oh man. And I was even trying to make a comeback recently, right? It's around $1 or something. That thing used to be like $20, right? $17, $15. Things get hot and then they're not. And when they're not, man, they go cheap. Oh, they go cheap. With Bitcoin, this being Bitcoin's cycle, I'm trying to convince myself to go harder on taking profits on altcoins because they give back the gains too much. It'll be curious. Now we're in a good market phase, but I'm going to be more aggressive taking profits with altcoins. Always trying to finesse that. I just don't feel like I'm being. I feel like I can do better. I feel like you can do better, Road Dog. Take more profits. But right now is not the profit taking time. Right now is the time to start building, keep building some of these bags. Tia is one of them. She's in a great area to build it. Support resistance flip. Going on here, 236 Fibonacci at 772. I'd be looking at these areas over here. I think 1230 and 1240 looks like a good one. We got some work to do. We got to get past 780 and before we can work up there, but I think that's the target worth holding for. Look to the left over there. Look at that Adam and Eve. Oh, that 9, did you know 9 out of 10 times they break? They're usually good bottom patterns, but here's another example where you have a bottom pattern coming in at an area that, if we put a fib from here to there, it could have been, what was it? Yeah, on a 786, but not exactly. Yeah, kind of tricky area. But then, you know, it did, but it never confirmed. It never confirmed. It starts up here. Whoops. It starts up here for the Adam and Eve, but she never confirmed. She never got her breakout. She flagged out below it, and when they flag out below it, the neckline, a lot of times they don't make it past it. They'll make it up there. But that's okay. We just come down here and do another Adam and Eve. A possible nice bottom range. I think it's. You'll see some gains out of this. Now let's talk about what if she gets a higher high. What if it does go on fire? And it could. She can get back into the saddle again and get hopped again. The team could do something really cool. We had a good steep retracement in there, so you'd be looking at 23 and 25 for a possible higher high. Those would be two really good ones to look for that steep ass retracement. Let's take a quick look at cake. Nice big fat pull back to the 786, recovering over the 618. We're playing with the wrong fibs now, ladies and gentlemen. We can still play with them, but we can get better results by doing a swing high to swing low. Telling us that we're headed to $3 psychological resistance, 200 moving average there on the 4 hour. I think that one might give you some rejection. I think that will be the first resistance area for cake, right around $3 there. Sweet spot 358. Sweet spot. How far did we come down? Oh, did you go lower? Did you really? Bless your little heart. A little more ballsy target, maybe about 520, 523. It's respecting the trend line. I like what I'm seeing here. She's got the bigger moving averages are looking good. We just got to get past the 200 and start getting the small ones past there, that $3 area. And that might be a little tricky, but once we get past that, it should start going a lot faster. Check out Litecoin. Litecoin on Bybit. Well, what was this? Stop loss? What the hell was that? Where was this from? Was this? Oh, well, I gotta remember. Was this from over here? That would make sense over here. I don't know what the hell I got going on here. I'm sure I got it documented in our trade setups, but I can't remember it. So Litecoin did what this pattern normally does, break to the downside. We did the double. You know, we found support here. So we're saying that's as far as we want to go down. Let's clear out. She went up, she come down for her low, and we will be looking for a breakout idea. And looks like we got it. Finding some resistance on this 4 hour 200 moving average. Other moving averages look good. Nice little channel that we're in, breaking that partial decline idea going on right there. I do believe you got one. I want to fib it. 618. Yeah. She's taking us up to a point negative 2.7 Fibonacci error right here, $1.68. Do want to put one more onto our radar, and that would be the 0.0382 here at $177. So big boy targets 168, 177. Shorter term targets 123 and 133. This is such an easy way to trade. It's just an easy way to find targets to take profits. It works out more often than not. It does good. From this breakout, and that's what we got. We confirmed this little guy getting up to the 618 area. That's just 11%. These are short-term targets. It might come into whatever. 20%. The sweet ones are up here at 52%. That's where we get that 1618 or that $168 area. Drawing our new spectacular trend line idea. I'll do it in red so it stands apart. Eventually, we want to try to identify the channel idea. This is probably the midline here. Oh, we got a little something right up here, I believe. We'll keep those ideas. It does point that we can get up there. It might take it a while. 133, I think, is a good shorter term target, as well as 124. And 168. I like that one a lot. Popcat. Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. Broke a old trend line here. It's got some wiggle room in it, and we're above it. Man, we broke out. Looks like we did a bear trap idea there, meaning that now that we're back in with this trend line, this could be a really strong move. 800, 600, 360 moving average. I was saying that nice move up to about 125 through that area, or higher, maybe 138. We got the wrong fib pulled for me to actually get my good targets, but I'm going to keep that there. I think that would be your 618 if I'm doing my calculations correctly here. 618, is that what you are? No, you're 0.5. I was off. Dang it, I was off. So Popcat, I like 150. I like 136. I think we'll and I like 119. We'll get up to these targets rather quickly. Your higher targets should be pretty fun. Where were you on that? Real? They're indicating a higher high of 228. Popcat looks good. I like that it's getting back into our trend line and this possible it's a bearish pattern, but it sure is fun as it can come up and make a higher high about 228 or even better. I ain't gonna be mad at it. I like 153 as a good mid ground there though. Okay, but yeah, I got you. I'm late on getting back to these chat things. So in case you did miss it, I don't know, maybe you went to the bathroom or flip channels or whatever, lots of things you can do when you're watching YouTube stream, other things that you can do besides watching YouTube stream. I did go over, did spend some time over at Tia. Okay, so we did Solana. Whoa, wait. Oh, I almost missed that. Zeus, did we? I don't think we took a look at Zeus, did we? Take a look at Zeus. Oh man, I'm way behind. Okay, yeah. So we did do Solana chart face. Hey, welcome to stream, people. We've got chart face. Hey, Grimmer, how's it going? CTI. Floki's Angel says, what did you do with the super chat thing you got New Year's from a few of us? Hope you bought more Bitcoin. Well, it collects with YouTube for about a month, and then when you get $100 assembled in your super chats or whatever, they will mail it out or send it to your bank account. That's how it works. I wish they would go crypto. That would be awesome. I'm basically all in crypto. I'm just letting you know. I mean, I flipped over a long time ago. I keep myself cash poor, but I keep myself crypto heavy. But when you need cash, you got your outways. And do you guys remember us talking about the idea? And I was talking about at some point I could see that we would have like Visa cards or debit cards for wallets. That's already going on. I forgot which one I ran across, but there's already a wallet that's doing that. And I thought, oh, that's cool. So that is a thing, and that's just going to make things a lot easier. So imagine, you just get a wallet on your phone, you download an app, do whatever, and then you got to go through you got to dox yourself in a way to get a card, but you would get a debit card, and then you would have you have your wallet, you'd have a way to exchange those coins, whatever you put on there. It'd be worked through probably 2 or 3 exchanges to give you some options there to switch it over to stablecoin or whatever. Kind of like the same thing you can do with PayPal right now, and put it on a debit card. You can technically do that with PayPal right now. You can get a PayPal debit card, and that's a way that you can get money over and pay your bills with it, send it over to your bank account. You got some other options there. You need your off-ramp options. I don't think we talk about that enough here in crypto either. You guys feel cool with your off-ramp options that you have? Debit cards would be one of the easiest, and then of course going through your bank. But while they had the choke point 2.0 out and everything, they were kind of cutting off people from their banks, and sometimes your bank would just drop you for no reason. Never happened to me, but I've seen it happen to a lot of other people. But hopefully with our new administration, we'll get away from the dirty deep state that's been trying to kill crypto for the last 10 years. Kryptonite DS, love your show. Greetings from Malaysia. Hey, awesome. Glad to have you here. Could you help me check out, what is it? SNXTA micro macro. Sure can. I'm a little late seeing some of these, so I'll take these, and I'll probably be wrapping it up from here on out. SNX. I got you, brother. It's Syntactics. Gotcha. There's Trey Spot. How's it going? This is Jason. I see there's more likes than usual. Maybe it's just me. You deserve it all and more. Thank you very much.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Bitcoin Elvis, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin Elvis. Jungle Boy 420. Did you look at virtual? I have not. We will put that on here. I saw that earlier. I need to go over the little. We were looking at this, and I actually did a little FOMO buy, or I was talking about doing a FOMO buy here on the stream. I don't know if I actually did on the stream or not. I did actually do the little buy that I was talking about. I talked about the risk of it, and of course, but we'll go into that. I'm not surprised by what it did. John Doe says, I sold out my TIA too early after the airdrop. It had a very nice pump. It did go up a lot after that air. Yeah. I think it was around was it somewhere $3 to $6. It's hard for me to remember. Right after the airdrop, and then it started going on up to like 19 to 20 and getting crazy. And that just helped fuel the fire for everybody to jump in, right? But that's one airdrop I missed. I did not claim it. Uh-oh, what happened? Had to reload some stuff. Yeah, that does happen. Things like that do happen. Bush on praise. Your TA is deadly. Thanks for teaching me some things I didn't know, or I'm so old I forgot. I just like to share. This is my goal, was to figure this market out in some way so I would quit losing my ass in it, because that's what I did for the longest time. And I went about it backwards, various different rings through mining and staking, mining and they're mostly mining, then I started buying. And anyway, it wasn't until I started getting TA that it started helping me. And then you learn, well, it's not drawing the lines and getting where the price targets are. It's just more of the psychology and the TA, your mindset and psychology, both on trading and understanding the 4-year cycle and what you can expect to feel during certain points of the market, like the fear we felt recently. And then risk management. That's what I've learned to be the kind of the 3 or 4 pillars to look at right there. But it seems the TA seems to be the first step to kind of get you there, and it's probably one of the easier ones to learn. The psychology and all that that takes a lot of the risk management. That takes a lot of effort. Hey, Marshmallow 1981, thank you so much for the super chat. January 7th, all fan will be gone. Oh, let me wait for the clapping to stop. Okay, all fan will be, I don't know what that means, but we'll be cramming your classes. I'm so excited. Well, cool, awesome. And yeah, I'm really excited to get those live classes going over on the membership area, the $3 section there. And I want you to leave on those videos and leave the questions and comments and the feedback. That'll just help make it better and kind of fine tune into what can actually be more useful to you guys, I think. But yeah, I'm really excited about all of that. I want to do something, I want to teach, but I don't want to charge people an arm and a leg like a $5,000 course. Like that's what was offered to me when I first tried to learn all this. But I mean, I'm just telling you, everything that you need to know to win in this market is available out here for free. If you choose to pay someone to show you that is, well, I mean, you're trading off a payment for convenience, and hopefully there are good people out there you can choose for that. And then there's some out there that are just, man, they're not even giving you the solid foundation. They're just kind of mixing a lot of their personality into it, and they're not as accurate. Yeah, I really think you need to, if you're going to learn this, the people who did the stock market, they figured all this stuff out a long time ago. The old school people from 100 years ago and 50 years ago, all those guys, they figured that that's what's working for me. This is what's working for everybody else too. They just want to repackage it and call it new stuff. ICT. Ooh, I mean, and we make out fancy new tools, but they still look at you're still looking at a lot of the same things. There's some new ways to do some stuff, look at new metrics to look at. The order books and that's old. That's even been old. There's not much new. There's really not much new. I think the harmonic patterns, but that ties in with the Fibonacci, with Scott Carney. That's cool. I'm delving in on that. It's still not won me over as much as everything else has, but I'm always up for learning something new. Always adding tools to the toolbox, man. Always adding. So, but I can tell you this. Taking my class or just hang around here, I think you will pick up more skills here than what you'll get in some of these paid groups, or at least one of them that I see out there. I really do believe that, and I think you can be just as good of a trader or better as one of those popular gurus within about, if you're brand new, I think you can get to his level within about 6 months. I think you can start smashing him in both knowledge and ability within about 6 months or better. I really do. But when, you know, however you get this education, it's all on you to do the work. And it's on you to pay for your mistakes in this market. This market is the real tuition for all this. This market is the actual teacher. It teaches you the best lessons, and sometimes a lot of times it takes, even though you go through learning this and studying and whatever, you got to have your ass handed to you 2 or 3 times before you put those lessons to effect. But eventually you will do it. The market is an excellent teacher. You just got to have enough money to keep paying it for a while. But then you start breaking even. You're not losing anymore. You're starting to break even. And then you start getting profitable. You start winning more than you lose. And then you're doing something right. You got that edge that you need. I get it. I don't know. I have a passion for it. It's a good thing to have a passion to have. I think I wish I'd done this instead of college. My gosh. The Echelon show says Solana to 202. Ryan K says, start with crypto charting for dummies on Chart School, please. Did I do that? I can't remember that one exactly. I can't remember what I said in that one. Let's move on. Let's take a look at Zeus. Apparently you misspelled it. Okay. Where? Bybit. OKX. Kraken. Phil McCracken. Hey, there's KuCoin. Let's go with KuCoin. Zeus is at 81 cents now. Looks pretty good. She's been making higher highs and higher lows. Looks like she might be on her third little hump there, getting ready for a top area. If we're looking at Fibonacci, and it looks like I've got them right, swing high to swing low. Yeah, the 786 and 886 areas right here at 91. So we got over here, this Fibonacci is 92.78 technically. Went up to 99, just shy of the psychological target of $1. She's ready for a pullback, or should be. Let's clear this out and take a fresh look. Nice. This is Zeus, right? Well, what are you, Zeus? Let's get some tokenomics for Zeus. When I hear Zeus, I think I'm a miner, because that used to be a mining company, or a miner manufacturer a couple of cycles ago. 0.0068. It's got basically about 1 billion coins here. $6 million market cap. That's tiny. You can make some X's if it takes off. Let's see what it does. It's on Radium. Oh, really? Orca. Zeus was brought to life by the iconic artist Matt Purry. I've heard that name. Okay, he's the fun and loyal dog who hangs out with the Boys Club. He's teaming up with Pepe, Brett, Andy, and Landwolf to bring Zeus to Solana, join Zeus and the rest of the game. Their chaotic misadventures on the blockchain. So a meme coin is what I'm guessing. Community-led driven project. Liquidity is 100% burnt. Contract fully renounced. Let's go check out the website. Zeus. Well, very good. I like the art. This is what we do. We examine the project. I like the website. It's got some nice colors. I'm actually looking just to see what it is. Frog's best friend. Okay. So I mean, I want to say with the token. Okay, just scroll down for the tokenomics. Okay. So no, that's everything we saw there. Launch Zeus community, release the web, initial marketing. Phase 2, expand Twitter presence, grow community Telegram, onboard strategic partnerships. Phase 3, global marketing exposure, identify onboard CEXs, community contests, blah, blah, blah. Comment gallery. Okay, so we got just our meme coin here, Zeus. And nice rounded shape. Rounded bottoms pay the bills, what they say. Swing high to swing low. So you rejected here, you lost the 6, and you regained the 618. That's bullish. So I'm trying to, she's going to have to, if we got 3 waves up, that's what I'm concerned about. If we need to take a break, or have you satisfied your ABC correction right here? Elliot doesn't think that it satisfied its ABC. It thinks this was an A, that was the B, and the C is yet to come. And I'm not sure I'm sold on that. I'm not sure I'm sold on that, Elliot. I don't know that it's coming way down here. So that's what Elliot says. Elliot's calling for 52 cents, maybe all the way down to 20 cents. And that's why nobody wants to hang out with you, Elliot, because you're always talking that crazy crap. I'm going to zoom out to the daily. And wow. Okay. That crazy that the daily tells me what I need to know. I got the 9 moving average is crossed barely underneath the 21, but price is above them both. So we can get a little sideways here, so we can get a little bit of pullback. And it made, where are we at? 81? I'm looking at 80. All right. If I'm looking at trend lines, I'd be looking at the possibility of it coming right back here. Somewhere around 77. Since the retest this breakout area, and that could be happening too. 21 moving average and the 50 moving average are also there. That would be this. I believe that's what we might see short term. Fibonacci area takes us just right below the 0.5, right in between it and the 618. 618 is coming in at 75 cents. Might see that. I can see that we a scenario where that could happen. Pulled the wrong one. So what I'm looking for is for it to pull back somewhere, catch retest probably this area here, something like that, and then start working for a higher high. And we got football music on. But you did this, and then you did something else. Give me a few minutes here, just to go over a few little ideas. Yes. $110 for a nice higher target. We could go with some in between there, like 93, even 99 at its previous high. That one makes a lot of sense there too. But really looking at that $1.10 area, I'm just going to leave it like that. Let's actually come down to 76, and that $1.10 is the target I'm looking for. Let's take a look at CTI for Grimmer. Then we got SNX. SNX. That was that a super chat? Was that? I gotta keep these in line here. I'm on top chat. Oh man, I've been missing out on some of the. I've been missing out on some of your comments. I'm sorry about that. I didn't know I was on top chat. Answer me. How's it going? Paid around $3,000 for classes this run, but better daily. Live to learn it. Those classes can get expensive, my man. They can. This one, so it does. I just think we're in for a PB before a major upside bump. Never seen anyone use so many fib levels before. I go a little fib crazy. I got determined to figure out some fib secrets because there's a lot of secrets in them fibs. I have not figured them all out yet, but the ones that I've figured out, they've been pretty freaking insightful. I was looking for the. Yeah, I was looking. This is all the students. I've been getting more super chats lately. Thank you so much. I'm shocked because I'm just not used to getting so many super chats. It's been a very cool week for super chats, I gotta say. That's a good thing. That means you guys are making some money. That's good. All right, so I was just making sure I didn't miss a request for one. All right, so I got CTI virtual and SNX syntactic. I'm gonna go ahead and do CTI CoinTrendz. Let me zoom out. We've already got our fibs pulled for this top down. I'm gonna tighten her up because I'm anal that way. This is becoming one of my favorite ways to use the fibs. Just for this, the top down, just knowing that the 2, 3, 6 and how they all work out through here. Just knowing that if you get a really big move on the bigger time frames, then you probably got the bottom, and anywhere below that 2, 3, 6 is your best buy zone. 6 months from now, you're going to look back and say, "Man, I should have stocked up when we were down there." Because when you start moving, it's the same thing that happened right over here. This is where you needed to stock up. When we were up here and everybody starts talking about it and starts flagging to the upside. Now we're at 5 and almost 6 cents, and you had a chance to buy it at a penny or a penny and a half. Look back and say, "Oh man, I had the opportunity, I just didn't do it." This is the kick me hard section right here, where you wish you bought more. And this one's giving another opportunity to do it. It came up and it did a little double bottom pattern here, confirmed all that. Come back, it's retesting that area. It hints that it might come down, and it could. We always got to say that it could. At this point in the game, I don't think that we'll see this though. Another double bottom like that. I think it looks like we're trying to catch some support here at the 200 daily moving average. Other moving averages, the 300, 600, and 800. We're below it, but man, they're in a good order. We just got to reclaim them. I was looking at this trend line. It's not the greatest trend line. It broke it, but I think rather I'm going to go ahead and include that. Trying to wait for a confirmed bottom area here. That one actually does line up a little bit better, I believe. So this is a top trend line for this. Excuse me. I don't know. That's very steep. Now, we should have just done that to start with. The old channel trick. And candle body to candle body, 2 touches on one side. Can we get 3 on the other? You can start seeing the respect of that angle. I'm going to leave it there. My white one's probably a little bit more accurate, but for where we are. But we are in a possible channel, and near the bottom of it, a lot of wicks up there. It looks like we're going to bounce back off of this. So 4.1 cent target right there, 382 Fibonacci. Turn that one green. We should come back up to 3 cents, work our way above that, 42 being the higher high, and the sweet spot, I believe, being up here at 6.1 cents. And for CoinTrendz, oh man, she's hitting 786, man. So she might get rejected at 618 and then have a quick recovery from that. I don't know. It was time to include her bonus targets. 7.5. That's pretty cool. So getting out of this accumulation zone, and we just retesting right now. Oh man, getting up to the 618 area. That's 6 cents. That's 226%. If we get fortunate enough to get up here in a quicker move, that's 300%. It's basically a 4x. This is a DeSci project, best I remember. I've got some of this too. I played this one. I think Grimmer, as you mentioned it and turned me on to it, and I've still got my bag of it. What other things can we see here? We're still under a major trend line. So when we zoom out, so that's lining up where these bigger moving averages are. Where is this? About 22.4 cents. So we've got some struggling to do, but man, if we can get past this line, and I'm sure that we will, from what I'm saying, I'm confident that we'll reclaim it. It could be to a stronger move. And that's another good reason why I'm also looking at these targets over here. When she does move, she goes kind of strong. And this would be a good excuse for her to have a strong move. Take a look at SNX. Make sure I get the right one. Let's that one's a new one. We might have to do it on Dex Tools. So I'm getting synthetics, and you had syntactic. Synthetics has been around for a while. I don't have anything. Well, I spelled it wrong. So I'll look at all I'm getting is SNX. I mean, I'm familiar with maybe I'm not sure if that's what you meant. Synthetics instead of syntactics. But SNX. So this is synthetics, and this is on Binance. I've been familiar with this one for a little while. This one should be. I haven't looked into it since the last bull market, but it was supposed to be like a real world asset play where they were actually synthesizing stocks. Like Tesla was tokenized. They were tokenizing stocks, and I think they started getting in trouble for it. And then they kind of fell back from there and had to take a different direction or whatever. Let's and that's the only thing that I see with that ticker too is synthetics, other than Cron. This one's at 218, $739 million market cap, 339 million total supply. Available on a lot of exchanges there. Let's go check out the website and see what they're doing now. The most secure platform to trade with leverage. This one was tied in. Was it this one and or Serum? I believe were kind of tied in with SBF. I think. Don't hold me to that. I'm just trying to remember best I can some of the narratives from last cycle. Trade and earn leverage and build with the most capital efficient, flexible, and reliable decentralized derivatives. Mint leverage tokens. So now they're a synthetics exchange. Okay, so the narrative this is why we come in and double check so that I don't mislead you with regurgitating bad information in my head. So not real world asset play. We're clarifying that. Synthetic exchange. Well, that might be kind of cool to check out, see what all you got to offer as an exchange, because we lock exchanges, and decentralized exchanges are starting to look and function a little bit more like centralized exchanges. That opens the doors wide for us with the technology that we're getting in these decentralized exchanges. And remember, when we're talking about off-ramping, now the government's not going to like that because it just makes it harder for them to track things. And it's not so much tracking coins and transaction as it is just trying to figure out how to tax it properly, because only certain things are taxable. Well, I mean, and some things wouldn't qualify. And what's the value of the coin when you move it to this wallet from over? We got so many options that are outside of their legacy system that they work so hard to control and refine everything into. We're blowing their mind. We've said from the beginning they wouldn't be able to really control this, and they're having a hard time. The only way that they can is to bring it into their system, and we have to agree to that. But we still got our system out here with our developers and everything. They're not going to win. They're going to have to cave in. They're going to have to concede a lot of stuff, in my personal opinion. I'm just eager to see how it plays out and what they end up conceding. But they're going to put up a fight. We've seen them do that for the last. Ooh, man. Them bankers have got that inexhaustible fiat money funds that they can put up. But things like Bitcoin can eat all that stuff up. That's what I like about Bitcoin. It can eat it all up. Satoshi, you really did a number on the bankers. You really did. You gotta love Satoshi Nakamoto. And the life that he's opened up before us, he gave us control back over our finances. Because the central bankers took it away from us back in the early 1900s. They did. Even before that, but for America, we gave into them after World War I. And it's about the world wars, and it's the bankers that lead us there. I'm not talking about your local bank. I'm talking about the Federal Reserve banks, the central banks across they're not all called Federal Reserve, but they're a central bank like that. They are private corporations that run our world because they control the money. They operate outside governments. They control governments because they control the purse. And how that the money, the interest rate, the economy, they got their strings. They're the little puppet masters. But crypto has given us a way to get out of the mess that they got us into, because it's not real. It's just numbers on a sheet of paper. Carry the one minus the zero. And I know they make the argument about blockchain. It's not real. It's just numbers. Carry the one and add the zero. But the difference is that Bitcoin has got the belief behind it. It's got the power behind it. It's got the experience behind it. And it's got it's got everything so wonderful about it. The limited supply. Now we got the demand, and the value's there. Everybody accepts it as value. The world is accepting it as value, and it's proven its worth. And it has really shown the light on all the bullshit and shenanigans that goes on in the other system. It exposes everything. It exposes corruption. Bitcoin is a gift from our creator to expose all this stuff so we can open our eyes and see the world for what it is. And thank you, God, for Bitcoin, for bringing that tool to open our eyes to all this stuff. We have not checked out virtual. Let's go check out virtual. So virtual protocol, last time I remember talking about it, she was up around here somewhere, probably in that. I probably zoomed in, and I probably finagled it in. Yeah, it was right here we were talking about, right on a 50-minute time frame. This last time on the stream, and she was shooting up, and I was like, please, because virtuals is like 3x from where I got in. And I'm like, well, I want to find a place to add to the bag. And the only setup we had was right here, and I talked about it. I said, this is a buy higher or buy situation. This is one of the most riskier trades, and it's my least favorite, and I feel bad about even doing it. But I'm not surprised, because this is why I talk bad about doing it this way, because this is what usually happens to me every time I try this. But we talk about it because I'm sure it happens to a lot of you guys too. But I mean, this is a legit trade entry. When you get to a top area, it had all these candles coming up here. We came down below. Right below it, we be in price discovery, right? That always sounds good. The analysts always make price discovery sound like it was great. Like, we're just going to keep going up. But what I found about price discovery is that, yeah, you get your higher high in, but then that lower low or that higher low is a bitch, or can be. It's not. I mean, I didn't buy that. I just nibbled. But just the point of me doing it here and watching that happen, I was like, I knew you were gonna screw me over, you little bastard. Sorry. I don't like buy hires, buy high and sell higher. I don't like those setups. I don't like when you go in the price discovery and you're buying the breakout like that. I don't like those, and this is why. But when I was doing that, I was making that clear. I was also talking about this area. The game plan was to layer in, but I did end up buying I added 10% to my bag. I bought a little bit more. I meant to do 5%. I did 10% to my bag. So we came back into this channel, and we're back in the channel. And unless it fakes us out, and it seems to be respecting what we've got as a midline area right here. Let's stretch it out a little bit. As long as we can hold this, we got a good chance to recover, I think. I'm just looking at the bigger moving averages are I'm on the small ass time frame. Let's zoom out. Let's zoom out. Get caught up on the small time frames. That's a no-no. Screw that line. Virtuals. Will she get a more severe pullback? I guess that's what we need to ask. So we got 3 Humpty Humps. That was a 5th wave according to Elliott. We're doing an A, B, C correction. So Elliott seems to think we can find correction or find support here, come up anywhere between $5.54 to, or I mean from $4.50 to $4.80 before doing a bigger C correction, which would probably take us to the bottom of the trend line area, retesting these areas about 370. So we got that virtual. I mean, another one that when I was looking at it, I'll put it that way, when we were looking at it there, and I was talking about that buy higher and sell higher setup. I mean, that's when all the hype is in. That's when all the hype is in, and that's when the FOMO comes. I consider what I did a case of FOMO, but I knew it. I knew the risk of it, but still don't make it any better. So the majority of mine I got over here, so it did not ruin me. But I'm not a fan of those setups. I'm just not, and some people are, and that's the thing, and that's the difference that you'll see between me and them. And it's a legitimate setup. It always is, but it's high risk. Very few of them ever play out. But this is what you're looking for. It's like this idea where we can come up and then we resist it. When you break out, flip it as support, and then you're going up. That was the idea we're playing there. That doesn't always work out. In price discovery. You sound salty. It's just a setup that I would never. I don't post those. I don't post setups like that. I don't like to trade them. So can we get a pullback? Can we get a pullback? I doubt that we see 332, but 350, 367. It would be great if this 382 will hold. Got to look at that. That might be it's at $4. See if that holds and get a bounce off of there. Could be a nice move. Also, you got a trend line that could act as support. So losing that trend line, I would probably really lean maybe retesting this 618 area at 325. So that's what Virtual's going through a correction. It got too hot. It just needs to pull back. We just need to find where she's going to bottom out at, and then that would be a better place to find a reaction, a confirm support, and then add to your bags there. Me add to my bags there would be a better place than what I was trying to do over here. But if she was going to keep mooning up, she could have. She was in a situation where she's breaking out, could do a possible retest and then just shoot off. But she didn't. At least not yet. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Let's take one more look at Bitcoin, and I'm going to call it a night because, well, it's 2 I went 2 hours and 18 minutes. Oh my God. We ran the gauntlet tonight. Nobody's going to want to rewind on this stream. That's all right. So Bitcoin 6 minute 98,000. Yeah, baby. What did we touch? We touched 98.9 here on the very small 6 minute time frame. Fibber out. 382. We are in 382 season. We're getting double touches there, finding support, possible W pattern current here, making this a local bottom, retesting the top over here, getting ready for a big ass move. Well, my personal opinion, this is what you got. We're going to our 618 Fibonacci. $100,700 is what I'm going to call based off of this 6-minute chart. This move right here, AB equals CD, bearish setup, meaning that this area up here should give her a steeper correction. We'll come back down, maybe below that 100,000. That's what I'm seeing for Bitcoin. As well, a deviant trend line here that we're also breaking away from. Might have a nice big parabolic move working up here for Bitcoin. I would love to see you get above 100,000. I'd love to see you get above 103,000. One step at a time on the smaller time frame. The bigger time frames, we did that much earlier, and I am looking for like 103 and beyond. Just remember, the daily time frames are saying we can get to some shaky stuff over here before we get a stronger move. It may be shaky at first. We got some things we got to recover and some moving averages that need to cross on the daily. So we got some stuff to work through on the smaller time frames, but it's looking good. The whole market looking good. I'm hoping next week we can start seeing our portfolios back at them big numbers we saw them at a few weeks ago, and maybe we can get paid a little bit more in there too. Guys, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you so much. I'll see you again tomorrow. And we will be doing some things in the membership areas for the chart school videos or live streams over there. I'll try to announce it here before I actually do the first stream over there. So stay tuned. And good luck in this market, man. Congratulations. I'm going to give you guys a round of applause for being in the market right now. And for making your mind up to do this. Whatever you did a few months ago, maybe you're just recently new to it. But most of you, I think, have been in it for maybe a year or more. At least 6 months or more, maybe. You made a good choice. You made a good choice. Let's just try to keep as grounded as we can. Find good people you resonate with that you can follow, but always depend on your TA. Use us just for a second opinion. That's all we are, and that's all we ever should be, is a second opinion. You should follow your own TA, but hopefully watching us, the YouTubers, especially those of us that share this information freely, hopefully you can add these tools to your toolbox and you can develop your own little system. Everybody, we've all got our own little way to do this, right? Sometimes they overlap. Sometimes this is totally different. I don't like what he does at all. But you will find that we will come up with confluence a lot of times. We will get the same, sometimes we'll get the same targets, just a different route to get there. See the market, but we got a different way. But it's the same thing you do. You add these tools, what resonates with you, to your toolbox. You build your own thing that speaks to you, and you can read this market just like we can. And we can do this. If I can do this, you can do this. I promise you that. I used to think that this looked like calculus or something. It's not. It's a lot easier. It's not as hard, but it will take some time because you've got an emotional journey. This is an emotional journey. You may not see that yet if you're new to it, but you will soon find out you're on an emotional, psychological journey. And this is a journey that will better you, or it can better you if you take advantage of it that way. Help you get more in tune with how your feelings and how to, not to let them control you, and let you see how feelings will trick your mind to make bad decisions, not just here but in life. This has just been a self-discovery, self-growth journey for me ever since I got into the technical analysis part of this. It's just led to so much more positivity, more positive mindset. It's been a good journey. And I hope you guys can experience that too. God bless you. Keep God in your life. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Come on, come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog.
Oh, and today is it was not now, I guess yesterday. Now it's 12:50. Happy birthday, Bitcoin. January 3rd. It was the birthday of Bitcoin actually being executed on the blockchain. I think the paper came out on Halloween, but Bitcoin came to life on January 3rd. Ain't that Elvis's birthday? Is it?
Sharing secrets, you was really was but your life. basic bullets with no bullets. Does your wifey know you're begging for my notice?
Hey, Joe, how's it going?
Promise you're the same.
I didn't realize how late it was either.
That's my candy on my wrist. Bad habits. Little rabbit. Now sit down, you can have it. I see it when you walk my way. Come and play with me.
I could not do it. That's a different Zeus. We'll try to catch it tomorrow night. You have to remind me though, because I forget. Squirrel brain. Hey, there's Mikey. Hey, Mikey.
So I'm just gonna be away for 1 hour. Please don't break anything. And I might have a surprise for you.
Crypto Casey did a really good one, and she's on point. Everything she says in there is on point. I put the link, I think, in the Telegram group or something. No, I think was it Sam or Dave? Put the link there. Yeah, it's a good video. Was I Rick after 100,000? I don't think Bitcoin will. 11/17/2023. It's your Bitcoin birthday. Good night, everybody. Good night, John Boy. You said that very squeaky. Good night, John Boy. Good night, Mary Helen.